Hello everyone and welcome back. Now, I know you might be surprised to see me on a Sunday because I'm not exactly on a photography trip today. How do I explain this? Well, I'm joined by a few of my friends today and going to an event. Welcome to DDA. Let's get going. Alright, time for an interview with the staff members. I've got someone here and he's going to answer some of the questions. Unfortunately, all of this is going to be in Cantonese, so for the first time and hopefully the last time, I'm going to have subtitles down below. I don't know what editing me is going to do, so it's either going to be embedded in or turn on YouTube captions. Here we go, Cantonese time. 你好啊，介唔介意自介下先呢？
我係叫希克兒，咁就今次 D-Day 大會嘅其中一個員工啦，咁係負責幫手 D-Day 爆佢主辦之一，係啦。
問一個我好想知嘅問題先，點解叫 DDA？點解係 Avalon 嘅？
理想鄉，因為呢個名我哋其實都有意思嘅，因為其實我哋玩啦，其實好夢幻啦，咁其實有好多唔係話變數，即係好多唔同嘅元素啦，咁其實所以變咗好夢幻一個理想鄉，咁樣嘅，我哋想做到咁樣樣出嚟，係啦，因為佢本身係一隻公仔啦，你可以咁講，客觀啲咁講，咁我哋就你想佢係做乜，佢就係乜，佢係一個公主就係一個公主，我哋好似今次我哋主題，佢係一個惡逆公主，佢就係一個惡逆公主，我哋之前嘅主題係佢係一個學生，佢就係一個學生，係一個好阿法朗幻想鄉，
理想鄉，
冇錯。
咁我想知就係每一屆都有唔同嘅主題㗎嘛，有冇話點樣去決定嘅咩主題啊？或者係咪掟飛鏢，或者係抽獎咁樣？
唔係嘅，咁其實我哋都係有幾個 member， 咁就成員冰抌一下，睇下會有啲咩主題想做出嚟，或者可能睇下當下嘅 ACG 嘅潮流係乜嘢，咁我哋就可能會順應嗰個潮流，會抽啲主題出嚟，咁就會去就做呢個主題啦。好似今年或者上年啦，咁其實可能惡逆千金，咁就可能突然間呢一兩年咁啊比較受歡迎啲啦。咁我哋都有諗過其他主題嘅，咁諗下唔係喎，惡逆千金好似幾好玩喎，咁我覺得跟住大家叮一聲，就惡逆千金啦，咁啊 OK 啦。係啦，嗰個主題其實有時係會叮一聲咁樣彈出嚟，有時就可能諗到好苦惱，就聽咩主題啊？今年興啲乜嘢啊？今年興好多樣嘢喎，邊樣先至可以跑得出咧？咁樣我哋都會有諗嘅。
OK，咁今年嘅嚟嘅人數同以前幾屆或者係上一屆比嘅如何咧？
今年啊，今年嘅排隊我見到佢咧就應該同往年就唔係話差好遠，係啦。咁入場我體感嚟講咧，好似個別嘅入場時間間隔咧就比較多少，因為往時咧就一入咗第一輪場之後咧，咁就零丁都會有人入嘅，就係應該就冇咁多。但係今年體感上我見到間唔中都有一個半個會加入，間唔中一個半個會加入，就好似比往年多少少。咁當然實際嗰個數係幾多，我哋都要最後大會要統計一下，我哋先知道。
OK，有冇諗過話去第啲場地加大個場地，加多啲攤位 expand 下咁咧？
都有諗過嘅，但係因為蛙點都係唔算話好大眾啦，同埋我哋嗰個能力都有限。咁如果你話再擴展呢，咁一來就可能要資金啦，二來就可能我哋都要有更加多嘅人員咁就去做呢樣嘢。咁暫時就未可以去擴大一樣嘢。咁暫時我哋都係呢個場，暫時都好 fit for fit 我哋而家咁小型嘅活動嘅，因為一再辦就變可能中型活動、大型活動就另一個層次嘅嘢，我哋就要考慮好多嘢，咁就細活動咁大家盡心盡力，啱啱好做到就 fit 到眼前我哋自己做到嘅嘢就好啦。 就唔使特登話好似好勁，我哋放大佢搞大佢。咁但係如果擴大咗搞大咗，就變咗可能未必 handle 到，就變咗個活動就搞得唔係咁理想，咁就唔好。咁當然我哋能力內就想做到最好，梗係喺自己 handle嘅情況就做到最好啦。所以我哋先至搞到呢個程度，就唔太擴大佢嘅。
明白，
係啦，
明白。咁問多一個我自己最想問嘅問題啦，例如選美比賽啊，或者係影相比賽嗰啲咧，有冇諗過話開放為網上投票咧？
暫時係冇諗過呢樣嘢嘅，因為其實我哋都我哋啲 Only 嘅宗旨之一就其中一樣就係我哋想啲人嚟到參加我哋嘅 event 係啦。咁如果佢淨係想話上網投票，就變咗唔係我哋嘅宗旨嚟咯，係啦。所以我哋會建議佢哋一定要買飛入場親身參與，所以我哋暫時就唔會有網上投票呢樣嘢住嘅。
明白。
係啦。
最後想問多樣嘢啦，會唔會喺下年例如同一個時間，即係例如都係1月頭或者係12月尾搞翻同一個活動咧？
暫時就未講到咁遠嘅，但係我哋都希望係年年做到嘅，係啦。
OK。係
啦，咁所以就等活動完結，我哋再大會商討下，睇下嚟緊就大家期待下，等我哋嘅新消息啦。好，咁好多謝你今日做採訪啊！多謝晒你。
Okay, back to English, and that's the end of the interview. And I'd like to thank DDA very, very much for this absolutely horrible and unscheduled interview. So, back to normal scheduled programming. Let's get going. Alright, that's the end of today's event. Like and subscribe. I wanted to say if you want to see more, but I'm not going to any more events this year around. Might be in November or so. But either way, if you want to see more of these kind of vlogs, like and subscribe, see more of that, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye. Lemon out.